Record. Good morning. Welcome to Hatha Yoga. Please come to easy pose. And please support yourself so that easy pose is truly a place that you don't mind being for a few moments. Sit up on a blanket, props under your knees, alternative positioning of the legs, all fine. We're here to quiet and settle. So start with that invitation. Soften your eyes. Rest your hands on your legs or your lap where they feel easy. In our practice, we want to allow space for our breathing. So sit in a way that supports that. Sit so that your shoulders are resting on top of your rib cage, that you're able to breathe deeply in all directions. Your brain goes to your breathing. Find the sound, the texture, the temperature. And noticing without any judgment, the breath and the body during practice. The tendency of the mind to wander, we gently bring it back to the breathing, back to the body. Consider for a moment the word asana, which means home. Try to find your home in each pose. Feel and exhale. Complete and leave. Open up your eyes and stretch out your right leg, catching the back of it with your woven fingers and wide thumbs, using your biceps. Sitting tall, activate your leg muscles. Breathe deeply. Point your toes. Stretch the top of your foot, just the right amount, and relax. Draw back your foot the other way. Spread your toes a bit. So give your knee bends. Relax. Ankle circles to the right, to the left. And stillness. Carefully fold your knee hinge upon itself and relax your hip externally to bring yourself grounded into that leg and freeing your left leg for the second side. Sit tall, little boat pose preparation, tall, long spine. Gently activating your center. Draw your navel in and up lightly. Point toes. Relax. Flex foot, draw back toes. Relax. Ankles to the right and the left. Try not to throw your feet around, but move your ankle with mindfulness. And then stillness. Knee hinge, say hello, grateful. That's the most protected position for our knees. And then from the hip, relaxing externally and down. Hands to your legs, let's sit up tall, come together in Pranayama. Hands away from your body, elbows up. Press your hands. Inhale deeply. Exhale, om or hum or listen. Exhale, release your hands to your legs. Take your right shoulder over towards the left side. So try to lead out with your shoulder opposite side. Bring your heart forward and around. Press your shoulder the other way. And curl back to center. Other side. Stretch out, press your shoulder forward. Circle around. Other shoulder pressing to the other side. Feel your whole connection of your body and then round to the back. Go each way one more time. Circle round. Breathe. Tuning in to your body. Return to neutral. Follow your nose to look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. Gaze up towards the sky, follow your nose. So you want to keep your neck long, keep your gaze towards your nose, and then look over your other shoulder, deep breath. And then look down at your navel, let your nose guide you there. Deep breath. And release your hands behind you. Heart lifting pose, working with straight arms. Fingers forward. You may release to your feet if you'd like, or leave them crossed, that's fine. Press your hands, lift your chest, gaze to your nose. Just trying to find that intention of lifting your seat off the ground, but don't lift yet. Try to remember to come back and lift it later. One more time, with the intention of lifting, but don't lift. Press your hands, press your feet, lift up. And relax. Fold both of your legs over to the right side, letting them intersect as they feel good. And then twisting over to the right, use your arms for support as you allow your belly to have freedom to come around. Finding a nice look back with your face and your eyes. Breathe 5 times. And twist, allow the belly to be relaxed. You can still have a sense of your core. But you want the spine to not be hindered by core stubbornness. One more deep breath. Exhale, center. Second side. Find the foundation. It can look its own way, it's fine. We have this nice open belly position for this look back twist variation. Lift it out of your shoulders, gaze back, breathe deeply. Our gaze should be a softened one, not a hard gaze. Sometimes we need a really determined gaze. Here, just let your eyes soften towards your nose. Allowing your brain to relax. Exhale one more time. Come back to center. Let's come through Malasana pose. Just tuck in, wake up the inner legs a little bit. So feet together, knees wide. Choices abound. Palms press or hold your shins. If you'd like to push yourself up to squat on your feet, you may do so. For 1, 2, 3. Patient. Just one more breath, just the right amount of sensation. Make your way up to standing forward fold. Take a little time, separate your feet, fold in, release your back body. Deep breaths. Wherever your hands reach, let them come down and rest. One more breath out. Enjoy the process of standing up. Work with your body. Use the strength of your legs, the press of your feet. Rise, lift up your arms. Breathe in another time. Stretch your belly, stretch your back, stretch your sides. Exhale slowly down into your heart center. And step 2, Kanasana pose, feet hip distance apart, pausing a moment to find a nice uplift at your heart center. Openness to the earth, a clear connection. A sense of readiness now as we greet the sun. Inhale, hands to heart center and up to the sky. Match the movement and the breath. Lift your back rib cage too. Forward fold. Process. Let your knees bend to tip your pelvis forward. And then gently straighten your legs as you come down. Halfway lift. Nice straight spine, heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, step just your right leg back. High lunge pose. Have a moment to find it or bring your blocks in. You can vary your hand positions. Be careful with your hands and your thumb joints. For one. So try to come into this idea of this is my home just for 5 breaths. I'm going to be where I can breathe. Feeling free to take care of your body. Exhale. One more time. Bring down your back knee and rise up. Rotate, reaching front and back, 5 breaths. Ground both feet to balance. Opening across your heart center. If you'd like to challenge yourself back to the ball of your foot, you can try that. Not to worry, either way. One more breath in. Exhale, release the rotation. And bring both of your legs back. Toes tuck, pull back to quarter dog pose. Exhale. Inhale slowly to upward dog. Lift your feet off the floor. So you stand on your knees, roll your shoulders back, stretch your belly. Go back twice more. Quarter dog to upward dog. Teach your body this transition. Moving from your center down and striking the cobra. One more time, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, gaze at your nose. Exhale to downward facing dog. So walk in your feet so you have a V shape. Refine in your hands as needed. Maybe try some fingertip pressing just to see how that activates. Head hangs down and free in this pose. For 1, 2. Please practice with loving awareness, non-judgmental, so that the molecules of water inside of you receive this positive vibration of your intention, your own love, your own compassion. One more breath, try to lengthen the sides of your waist, bring your hips back towards your heels. High lunge, second side, have a moment to get your blocks ready. On your way in, flush of your torso on the inside of that bent knee is helpful sometimes. Long neck for 1, 2, 3. Strengthening and stretching the hips. 5, bring down your back knee. Down the top of that foot, rise and revolve, reach front and back. For 1, 2, 3, optional to pop up to the ball of your foot if you want to try that. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release the twist. Step forward, fold forward, have a moment for that process from where you are. When you're ready to breathe in, stand up, reach up. Exhale, slowly release your arms down into the sides of your body, aligning your shoulders gently back and down. Again, heart center, inhale, sky. Listen to your breath, exhale slowly, release the breath and your body forward. Ground and land, finish, tuck your chin. Lead with the top of your head, the half lift pose, breathing in. Breathe out, left leg back first, and bring down your knee on Januyasana's pose, roll your shoulders back. Foundation first. Hands to sacrum, fingers down and together. And then bring your pelvis forward, gently guiding your tailbone under for 1. So your knee comes towards your toes to any degree on the front foot. Exhale 1 more time. Press strongly to release. Draw back to your heel and fold forward. A little hollowing out in your belly, fold in. And add a lateral movement, reaching across to the outside of your leg or foot. Relax your head down, breathe 5 times. All these new perspectives, find a steady gaze. Exhale once more. Release the lateral move and then the leg. A little bit of a dive down into Chaturanga. Hug your elbows in. Let's just play with that movement. 3, 4, I've got my feet up off the ground and you can't see them. And 5, knees down version is fine. Upward facing dog, breathe slowly in and stretch your belly. Downward dog, flip your feet over 1 at a time, hike up your belly and land in the shape. Sometimes you might feel just a little bit of unevenness, like one hand a little different than the other. It's okay as long as it's not harming you. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. Breathing out 1 more time, uplifting your belly. Anjaneyasana, second side, left foot forward, right knee down. Take a little time. This is a whole different position. Give yourself a little time to find, to bring your knee forward. Sacrum hold, opening your heart center, gazing down. So you might feel a little stretch across the front of your shoulders and chest. And this placement of the hands encourages our little tailbone deep inside of us to tuck underneath, to keep our pelvis healthy and well positioned here. Breathing out once more. A strong press into that front foot to release and keep straightening, drawing back your toes. Low belly in, fold into Hanuman's pose. Ardha Hanumanasana. Adding the lateral, the side movement, reaching over to the outside of your foot, leg, or floor. Head down. New perspective. One of the teachers I've studied with, who's from India, says that without our attention, it is just gymnastics. Infuse this with mindfulness. Letting everything but this go away for now. And remembering the important things will be there when we are finished. Take back your leg, upward dog, downward dog. Let your heart be a little heavy in this pose. Let it gravitate to bring an extension to your spine gently 1 more time. And let's practice the jump forward with the spring and the legs bending deeply. Look up forward between your hands. Try straightening and hopping lightly or stepping lightly. Come in full forward. Just let it all go. Do your best, let it be. Inhale, rise. Exhale into the sides of your body. Look down and check your feet underneath your hips. Elephant pose. Press your elbows and your palms. Sink way down and back. Thumbs at your third eye center. For 1. Don't hold back. Go as low as you can. Just 1 more breath. Feel the intelligence of your feet. Follow inhale and a strong press to return to center. Grateful for strength. Open it out to the right side on your mat. Wide parallel feet, stretch your arms. Breathe in deeply. And then exhale to triangle pose. Turn your feet to the right, over and down slowly. Up and down, reaching. Some tailbone tucking. For 1. We radiate from the belly center, gently anchored there. Just 1 more breath, see if you can release tension anywhere, your neck nice and long. Inhale up, wide parallel feet, stretch your arms. Exhale slowly, other side. Even when we know something really well, we still find it each time for the first time. That beginner's mind, check in with your whole body. Learn to keep your ears off your shoulders. So draw your shoulders down as your neck is long. And connecting the heaviness of your head to your belly strength. Feet spreading, open, inhale for 4. Exhale, gently tone your navel center in. 1 more time, spread your heart wide, breathe in. And breathe out. Navel comes to the center and then helps us come up. Reach wide parallel arms. Over to the right side again for lean and reach. Extended side angle, knee over ankle. Keep your hips to the side and reach way over your head. You may come to the floor with your hand if you would like to. Use your whole body, lifting that back arch. Try to soften your shoulders down off your ears. 3, 4. 1 more breath. That's all. Inhale up and out. Exhale into the other side. You can take more than 1 breath for the setup. This is a production pose. Lots to work on. Come down to the floor if you like. So you have to actively bring your shoulder down into your body as you reach your arm. Lift your back arch. Lift the corners of your mouth. Sounding breath. Ujjayi pranayama, victorious breath control. Keep it steady. 1 more exhale. Inhale, release these actions back again to the Vasilius position, wide parallel feet. And release your hands down. Put your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and draw your hands down your back, tucking your chin. Gently squeezing your shoulder blades together, releasing tension. Ease your right ear towards your right shoulder. Let your arms and hands do what feels nice here for your neck, your body, your choice. Easing to center. Lift your chin, gaze down at your nose. Float up your skull. Other ear, other shoulder. For 1. Feet relaxed and open, holding you without a lot of effort. This pose does strengthen your ankles, among other things. 1 more breath, just explore that ear to shoulder shape gently. And ease your chin towards your chest. Lift your chin, keep your neck long, gaze to your nose. Breathe in. And then breathe out, float up the back of your skull. Find that nice floated head position, nice and easy. Reach your arms out to star, turn out your toes, breathe in deeply. And then exhale, side lunge, over to the right. Press it up and over to the left. Press to release. For 2, flowing side to side, knee towards the toes. You can change the angle of your feet. It's to find your balance. Try to stay really calmed and centered while you flow. And let's come for a hold back to the right side. So come on in, add your fancy stuff if you want to lift your back toes or anything. Just lean and rest on your leg is fine too. Good one. We're focusing on doing just the right amount, using our bodies intelligently, non-harming. Breathe out once more. Change over to the other side for the hold for 5. Find your spot on this side. Maybe lift your back toes. Four. And 5. Release to center and forward fold for a moment. Knees can bend. Gently hug your elbows in towards each other. Breathing out one more time. Try to let your spine be long with gravity. And coming up carefully, you sliding up your legs. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Release back to the top section of your mat. All that's part of you now. Virabhadrasana A, big step right leg. Land into your lunge, hips forward, nice and low. Tail tuck energy. Arms and shoulders are downward. And then we just take the arms up, keeping the shoulders downward. Palms press. You can find that upward gaze if you'd like, or keep it towards your nose or the floor for 1. 4. 5. Release down your hands, change to the back of your mat. Turn that pose around, square to the back, tail tuck, arms up for 1. 2. We connect with what we don't see. Feel our feet, our legs, our spines. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior B. Turn your toes to the side. Find that wider stance. Turn your head to your front fingertips. Sense of equal reaching. Exhale. Other side, press your legs straight. Find your foundation. Shoulders down. Eyes off the front fingertips. Gather the fingers gently in this pose and a gesture of power, a consolidation of power. Breathe out once more. Release to the top section of your mat or to a place by the wall. For Vrksasana, tree pose variation. Option to stay in tree or to come into figure 4 shape. See how they are related. We have an external turn of our hips, so we can just think about that external hip. Find your branch or the crossover above the knee. If you would like to lower down with the crossover or stay more upright in your tree, all good. Work with yourself today. Find a place where it's positive for you. 5 breaths. Concentration. And one last one, deep breath. Try to stay steady and come out with some slowness if possible. Land Both legs centering. Second side. Tree pose or figure four cross and the hips down and back if you'd like to add that. For one. Now here we want the steadiness of our eyes that includes some determination. One more breath out. Inhale to release and step back to the top section. Weave your fingers together and breathe in, press up, lift the back ribs, side bend. For one, two, your elbows can bend as needed. Got pretty wide, easy feet. And try not to send your pelvis forward here, go right over to the side. Other side, let's come down the center, release your hands. Interlace other way, press up, breathe in. Side bend, doesn't have to be a big movement. For one, two, shoulders down. And 5. Inhale to center and release down your hands. Back to the sacrum hold for standing back bend. So just have wide, easy feet. You turn out your toes. Guide your pelvis forward with your hands. Gaze down. Just go back to your own degree, lifting your rib cage front and back. Downward gaze at the nose, the counter pose. Keep your neck long. One more time. Exhale. And then bring your pelvis back underneath you. And slowly transition to your favorite standing forward fold. Uttanasana, elbow holding. Padangusthasana, big toe holding. For one. If you're holding your toes, let your elbows widen. Back body breathing. And exhale, third one. Make space for your inhale. Find length in your exhale. Once more, so you have a sense that you have grown a little bit in this pose. Bend your knees to bring down your hands and bring back your legs to Kanasana pose. 5 breaths, press the earth. Whole body, not overly focused on the belly. Press hands, firm legs, determined mind. Exhale. Press back, downward dog. Optional, bring your right leg out towards your right elbow. A little heat building sequence. And rest back in downward dog. Exhale. Second side. Hug your elbow, your knee towards your elbow. If you're coming into a crow pose. Whole body. 3, 4, and 5. Rest back to down dog. And then lower to your knees and back to Balasana. Rest your shoulders, rest down your head. Child's pose. Rise up to kneeling if you need cushioning beneath your knees. You can fold in your mat or add a blanket, cross your ankles. Notice which one goes on top. Eagle pose in the camel. Same. Let's see. We'll do both sides. Wrap up your arms. Shoulder hug is a nice variation if that's too strong in some way for your shoulders. So you may lift your elbows and practice the back bend by pressing pelvis forward. Work with any and all of these actions for one. All these ways of balancing. Just one more breath this side. Breathing in deeply, lift your elbows. Breathe out, release. Back to neutral, let everything go. Ground the tops of your feet. Cross your ankles the other way. Just training your brain. Other side, wrap it up or hug shoulders. Gently lift elbows, gaze down. Up and back. Bravely going gently back with your spine, finding extension. And when you exhale, bring it all back to center. And come back out to your hands. Side plank on the right. Knee down version. The rainbow overhead arm. If you want to straighten both legs, you may. 1, 2. Let gravity help stretch that top side of your body. Using all the rest of your limbs for support. One more breath. Inhale, up, other side. A nice open hand, outward spiraling, so your shoulder is happy as you come up. So we're creating lots of stability there, and then our hips too. Rainbow side bend, reach your top arm overhead for 1. Use both of your feet, ground them. 2, 3, 4. One more breath. Explore your body with your breathing. Exhale. And return to center carefully and lower to your belly. If you want to go through Chaturanga, you may come on down that way. Have a moment to ground your brain, ground your front body, fronts of your legs and feet, pelvis, heart. Keeping your feet comfortably wide, about as wide as your mat, pelvis grounded. Let's come to seal pose. Reach out the arms, spreading hands, nice wide arms. And then pull your hands back towards you with some resistance. Pull, but don't give up easily until you have lifted your heart off the floor. A little sensation is fine. If it's too much, just go lower. If you feel like you want to come up a little higher, creating back bend shape. 1, 2. The pelvis is already forward here. Lifting your back rib cage is probably the biggest challenge. So see if you can find some lift in your back ribs, not crunching there. Keep it long. 1 more breath. And come down, release. Right side, roll to the side of your body, find balance on your side. Coming to lying half bow, ground your bottom leg and foot, a little navel to spine, and bend your knee of your top leg. Catch it with your top hand and try to bring your heel towards your hip, stretching front of shoulder and chest as well as the front of your leg and hip. Find just the right amount, no pain. Sensation okay. And exhale, 3. Super slow, 2 more breaths. See if you can close your heel towards your hip slightly more, breathing out. Breathe in, open to half bow. Press your foot into your hand. So your foot comes away from your body now. If you'd like to come up on your bent elbow, nice open hand. Think of the bow pose on the belly, ankles holding. Half bow, one more breath. Relax, release, second side. Side body balance. A hand to your low belly is just a nice reminder here to work from your center. Fold in as you're ready, heel towards the hip to any degree. Let your elbow bend. And soften what you can. Slow and stretchy part of our practice. One more exhale. Open out to the half bow. Press the foot into your hand to any degree. Bring your spine into extension. And if you want to lift up onto your bent elbow, open hand. Ground that bottom leg and foot. That's your foundation here. One more time. Try to open up your bow with breath in. Exhale, soften, and release. Pressing back to wide child's pose. You could go through up dog, down dog if you want to. Cushion as needed. We'll take the wide child's pose with the variation of threading the needle. So your hips can be up or down. Cushion. Revolve, keep your neck long. If you want to take your arm up towards the sky or drape it behind your waist, you may. 5 breaths. Another new perspective. Breathe out once more on this side. And release with care up to center. Breathe in. Breathe out, lion's breath. Use your whole body. Release tension. Spreading needle, second side. Carefully come in. You can support with cushioning. You want your neck to be long, so you rest on your skull above your ear. You can roll towards the back of your head if it feels nice. Maybe take up the arm. An inward shoulder rotation helps you drape it across your back if you want to try that. Uddiyana Bandha. A little tone in your pelvic floor as your core support here. One more breath. Be careful. Release to center. Inhale up. Exhale, lion. Come through and sit down. Returning to the stacked legs pose that we did in the beginning of class. Option to widen your left knee over towards the side of your mat and to come half lotus with your other leg. So you can either stay with the legs just crossed over, stacked over each other, or half lotus variation, wide knees. You actually want to have a little weight into the knees here and then rotate for 1, 2. You can slide your left hand underneath your right knee if you like. And your back arm can drape behind your waist. Inhale for 4. One more time. With a slow exhale, release the rotation in your upper body and your half lotus. Stretch out your other leg to come to head to knee pose. Out and down. 1. It's your body. Stretching the back of the body here. Work with yourself, letting your knee bend if it needs to. And don't hold back. The breath can reach in to find that last little bit of stretch. One more time. Exhale. Rising up and returning to center for the other side. So, stacking legs like we did earlier. Option to widen out your right knee. Bring your left foot to half lotus. What can be on the floor? I didn't say that. Sorry. Other side. Half lotus variation. Look back, twist. For 1. 2. Try to keep a little weight forward towards your knees. Just one more breath, exploring and letting go. Head to knee pose. Bring your lotus leg to the floor and stretch your other leg out. Come out and down. Hold on to your foot or leg. And draw your belly back gently towards your spine. One more breath out. Rise up. And I remember first come back to Kanasana. Let's do the variation with the feet flat. Heart lift pose, fingers forward, hands behind you. Bring your feet in close enough to your body and a little wide from each other so you have lots of power. Take a moment and just imagine lifting up. Press your hands, activate your upper body, press your feet. Inhale, lift up. For 1. You don't have to take your head back unless you enjoy that. Creating lots of strength around your glutes, with your glutes around your hips. One more deep breath, lift your hips and exhale. Slowly come down. Bring your feet together and come into an easy Baddha Kanasana. Bound angle. For 1. Your spine can be extended or rounded in this pose, both are variations. Just find a nice spot for today. Deeply breathe once more. Using that exhale to find your range of motion. Inhale, coming up and support your legs coming together. Pause a moment to apply your socks or long sleeves, getting any items for rest. And when you are ready, try to lie down with your legs straight. Resist. So you don't want to go back too fast. You've got to reach forward, think forward. Allow your upper back and chin to tuck so you have a rounded spine to go down once you are at that point. Rounding back. Bring your heels together, bend your knees. Lift your hips off the ground, 5 breaths. Center back of skull. You could add the interlace underneath if you like. One more time, deep breath, press it up. And release down to your spine. Place your hands under your hips and consider lifting straight legs up into the air, only if that doesn't strain your low back. So just work with more bent legs as you come up if you need to. If you can manage it, get out there with the straight legs and bring it on up. Continue to lift up, use your arms, or stay with your hips on the ground. 8 breaths, shoulder stand variations.
Keep your head centered. Use your foundation to create a rise through your legs. One more breath. Carefully lower down, bring in your knees.
Widen knees to happy baby. Working one knee at a time towards the floor, gently rocking. Find center and breathe out once more. Bring both your knees over to your right side. You may vary the twist here so that your body is really content with the shape. Head turns other way. Begin to relax. Breathe deeply. One more breath on this side. And without disturbing yourself too much, find your twist to the other direction. And again, start to drop into resting. Letting go of bandha activation. So let your breath move into your belly. Relax your belly. Follow, exhale to stretching out and resting pose. Learning to work with your body here. Do you need to tuck under your buttock flush a little bit or reset your shoulder blades? So you want your body to have a free flow of energy in this pose, feeling free to cover yourself up and support with props, eye coverings, etc. If you feel more grounded with your hands on your body, you can rest that way. Relaxing your toes and feet. Soften around your knees. Let your pelvis feel grounded and still. Free flow of energy up and down your spine that nourishes all the energy centers of your body. Let your shoulders rest down into the earth. Remove all efforts from the breathing. It's a process. Continue to allow that process of softening. Coming into your own true nature. Where everything you need is already there. Breath is still a supportive force. Let it be natural once again. Releasing first the stillness of your throat. May you speak your truth today. Leave your fingers together, press them up towards the sky. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out, bend your elbows and slide your hands under your skull. Feeling a gentle uplift of your heart center. Breathe there. If you'd like to curl your toes in and create a little tension in your feet for a moment, and then soften that and let your feet relax open. Draw your elbows together, curl your chin towards your chest, and bring it back down. Your choice to roll to one side or to rock up to seated. Just do so with mindfulness, whatever you choose. Returning full circle to easy pose. Maybe mix up the cross of your legs so that you don't always do it the same way unless your body really needs you to. Let's pause for a moment, just letting that idea of having everything we need already inside of us. Bring your hands to your heart center, maybe in the shell if you like. And just let your intentions towards yourself, towards your life, towards the day, all of it, let them be informed by this time. Breathe in deeply through both sides of your nose. Connected with the beating of your heart. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Remember to stay hydrated. In the winter, we might not feel as thirsty. All that deep breathing. That's that. Thank you.
Grateful.